What's up, everybody? This is Steve Sterlacci, and today I am going to be revisiting the Headrush Prime. I admit it, when the Headrush Prime first came out, I did a launch video for it, and since then have done very little with it, and I always see people commenting that they wish that I had done a little bit more with it and put out some more content on it. So I wanted to apologize to that community that's been looking forward to getting some content out on this. The biggest problem for me is just the size. It's just like setting all this up, it's a lot, getting this thing ready to play. And that's been my real main criticism of it, because I plugged this in and it sounds great. It's so easy to use. It does everything I need it to do. It does everything that anyone would need it to do. So there's no reason that it's not among the top of the conversation when it comes to what's the best modeler and amp capture device, because it really does everything and more than most units do. It makes me really kick myself for not utilizing this more. But again, it's hard for me to use just because of the size. Like, it's hard for me as a content creator to have to get this gigantic thing and I have to put it up on a piano bench that's not normally in my studio. And then I've got to rig up a separate camera here to film the screen. And then for gigging, it doesn't fit in anything. There's no case for this. I think you'd have to buy a custom case or find some case that's going to fit it. I don't know if Headrush has one. I'm purely just talking my experience here. I don't have anything that fits this that I could take it to gigs with, or that I'd want to take it to gigs with. I know they have the core option now, which is a much better suited option for me, and I think if I had a core, I'd probably be doing a lot more content on it. But this thing just being so gigantic and taking up so much space, obviously, I don't have much room here. And not having a desktop editor, if it had a desktop editor, I could just throw it anywhere, plug it into my USB, and I can be off and running with it. But because I have to mount it up and then I have to handle the touchscreen. Anyway, I'm not a fan of these preset signal chains in general. I like to kind of make my own everything. I like to put my own parallel paths. I like to put my own splits in there. I really love that you have the 2 rows where you could see everything in your signal chain. So this might not be able to handle as much as like a ToneMaster Pro, for example, or Quad Cortex, but you have everything visible and accessible for you here. They have the skeuomorphic so you can see what the actual pedal is. You can actually see all of the pedals turning on and off, which is very appealing to me, because something like the ToneMaster Pro has a lot of off-screen action. It's one swipe across one signal path, and I don't like that. Anyway, let's get into this rig. So here's what I've built here. We'll do a little walkthrough. I'm going to put this up on my website, stevesterlacci.com. I'll put it down below. Also, if you're going to be interested, I'm starting a podcast for all digital modeling load box users. It's not limited to one brand or style of direct. It's going to be called the Soundstage Podcast. You could sign up for my mailing list for updates if that's something you're going to be interested in. Also, put some of your favorite Headrush users, either that tour professionally or create content with theirs. I would love to build a guest list and have some Headrush people on there. So in the signal chain, we have the Buddha comp. I've got the Buddha OMOD. I've got this octave fuzz. I stole this from one of the factory presets because I really dug how it sounded. Not a huge fuzz person, but that one really spoke to me. And now here I've got my clone. I've also got this post-amp compressor, kind of like a studio mastering compressor here with the Dyne 3. This is the Tight AF preset. So that's the other great thing about the Prime that I've slept on, is that all of these are presets within the pedals and within the effects. Like, I'm not even doing anything to these effects, and you're going to hear how they sound, but I'm really impressed. Spoiler alert, I'm really impressed with how it sounded stock. So I just used literally presets within the pedals, and I pulled up my amp capture. That's enough talking, Steve. Let's play. So I'm using my Nags Kea J. I just got this. This is awesome. Ferrari Red P90s. I've been in a really big P90 kick. I might be taking this guitar on the road, so I'm really putting it through its paces, getting some content with it, and getting more comfortable playing it. It's an amazing guitar. Here is bass tone. All we have here is some reverb and just the amp. So that's what I like to keep the Bassman set at. Yes, it's edge of breakup. This is by no means a clean sound. I'm not going for clean. This is going to register as clean in a track if you're playing with a band or if you're playing along with a backing track. This will sound clean. Trust me, try it. Now just going through what I've got here. I've got this compressor here, which isn't doing a lot. So just does a little bit shaving off the peaks. I've got the Buddha OD in here. So that's my Buddha OD, a little bit of hair. And now I'm gonna kick on my scenes here where I have my rhythm sound. Obviously you just heard a couple of pedals at the top. And now I'm gonna go to my lead 1, which is gonna engage the Buddha and give me a really great lead sound. So this scene is kind of what made me fall back in love with this thing, because what a great sound. It's a great lead sound. Now lead 2 is going to engage the Octave Fuzz P90s. We're going to have a good time. Octafuzz with the bassman, so good. So yeah, I'm going to put this up on my website. Please let me know what other Headrush Prime content / creators you want to see on the podcast, and let me know what else you want to see on the channel. Got this thing out. I'm going to be using it more. Going to be making some more clones of my Sir, SL67, Soldano, SLO30, Matchless DC30, Vintage Bassman. I'll do all different ones of these. Let me know what you want to see, and if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.